Welcome to Season 2 of Am I Old Yet? An audio comedy podcast by Floyd Kennedy, sponsored entirely by you, the listener. So please, spread the word among your friends and relatives, and remember to rate and review it in your favourite podcasting app or leave a comment on the website. This is Episode 1 of Season 2, Zeitgeist. Helen Doherty lives in London in the UK and works part-time editing books on botanical matters for the Sydney-based publishing company Wilkinson Balliol. Joey Wilkinson is from New York originally, and she and Helen met there many years ago when they were studying English and American literature at New York University. Today, they're having a friendly catch-up on Zoom.
No, I absolutely refuse to set foot on that boat. Not until it's been totally refitted. I swear the deck is rotting away before my very eyes.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, but Steve loves that boat. Hasn't he looked after it properly?
Oh, he does everything he can to keep it going, but it's old, like the rest of us. It wants to retire, spend out its days in peace and quiet on a little river somewhere, not being battered and tossed on the great big ocean like a fillet of haddock at the fish and chip shop.
Oh, yes, I see what you mean.
Hold on a second, Helen. I need to take this call. I'm on duty.
Oh, sure, I'm not in a hurry.
Hello, Wilkinson Balliol Publishing. Joanna Wilkinson speaking. Sadie, lovely to hear your voice. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Just home from a trip to New York.
Uh-huh.
Stayed in the Marriott in Times Square.
Uh-huh.
All paid for by the publisher.
Well, that's good, isn't it?
Yes, they brought out a compilation volume. Advance sales are doing really well.
Well, I just think that's wonderful news. Thanks for letting me know. Now, Sadie, do you remember Helen from college?
Australian Helen?
Uh-huh. Well, I've got her here on Zoom from the UK, and I think you two should get together. Telephonically speaking, of course. Hold on, I'll put you on speaker.
Sure. I've got her poetry books. Does she remember
Helen,
me?
remember Sadie Forstein from college? Tall, legs up to her armpits, long black curly hair.
Oh, yes, who could forget her? Beautiful
Good.
young woman.
Well, she's been writing travelogues. I put her in touch with some people I know in New York, and she's on the line now. Now, can you two hear each other?
I can hear Helen. She sounds just the same as I remember. That lovely Aussie accent.
You're too kind, Sadie.
What are you doing these days, Helen?
Oh, this and that, bits and bobs. I've been editing for Joey for quite a while, and now she's trying to get me to write as well.
But that's exciting.
Yes, it is exciting. I keep telling her that, Sadie, but she still doesn't really believe me. So I wonder if you'd mind if I gave her your phone number and you could give her a kick in the pants for me, if you know what I mean.
Hey.
I do know what you mean, Joanna. But Helen, I promise you, it won't hurt a bit.
Okay, if you say so.
Right, well, I'll put Sadie's number in the chat for you, Helen, and then you two can have a lovely reunion. Does this time of day work for you both?
Yeah?
Me too. Could you call me tomorrow, Helen? Would that be all right?
Sure, will do.
Okay, Sadie, can I call you back in about an hour?
Sure thing. Talk to you then. Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Sadie.
Isn't that great?
What?
Us old ladies getting together over the internet, catching up, sharing our joys and our triumphs and
Misadventures and our tragedies.
our tragedies. What tragedies? Life is a comedy tragedy. What was it Shakespeare said?
Tragical, comical, historical, pastoral. But he was talking about plays, about theatre.
No, he was talking about life. Because that's what he does. Because good writing is always alive, relevant in any time. So, more so now in this time than ever.
I wonder what'll be the play of the year this year.
How do you mean?
Oh, you know how it goes. Somebody puts on a production of Love's Labour's Lost and suddenly everybody's doing it. It appears in all the seasons of all the companies because they never consult with each other. They just seem to catch the same idea at the same time.
Well, that's right, they do. So what's coming up this year? What's on at the Globe?
As You Like It.
I wonder how that hits the zeitgeist.
So do I. Maybe it's thinking about all the, forced migrations these days.
Oh, Melbourne Theatre Company is doing it too.
There you go. Same problem. Turn back the boats.
So you think they're using banishment, exile as some kind of analogy with forced migration?
Well, people turning into refugees, whether it's from bombs falling or by ducal decree.
Sure, I get it.
Speaking of exile, wait for this. You will never guess who rocked up at my front door the other day.
Do you have a back door?
No, but you know what I mean.
Of course. So no, I'll never guess who rocked up at your front door. Elvis Presley? Joe Hill?
Who's Joe Hill?
Union activist, executed while innocent, so they say. Great song about how he never died. I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night, alive as you and me. Says I, Joe Hill, you're 10 years dead. I never died, says he. Paul Robeson does it so much better. Check it out on YouTube.
Amazing. You're still singing.
Aren't you? And if not, why not? But don't you change the subject. Who rocked up at your front door?
It'll be a shock. Are you sitting down?
Of course.
Okay. It was Rozzie.
Who?
Rozzie.
That's what I thought you said. My goodness. So she's not dead. She never died, said she.
She never died, said she. She went underground.
She was living in the subway?
Oh, no, come on. She went into hiding.
Oh, government protection.
In a way. She was working for the Secret Service and she wanted out. And when there was a notice in the paper about some woman called Rosalind Worthington dying in mysterious circumstances, and that, by the way, is actually Rozzie's full name, she decided to disappear for a while.
How very dramatic. In the Secret Service? A spy? I never would have picked out Rozzie for a spy.
Well, I think that's probably why it worked for her. Nobody suspected a slightly dippy, apparently indecisive woman of being a devious, manipulative spook.
Good grief, no. Now that's clever. So Rozzie's not dead. Unbelievable. Now, are you absolutely sure it's her?
That's what I said. And yes, I'm pretty sure it's her. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it?
What?
If she always was, I don't know, devious, manipulative, back at college.
Does it matter?
No.
No, but what?
I don't know. It's just unnerving when your memories are found to have possible fault lines.
I think all memories have fault lines. I think that's just what memory is, a whole bunch of images, events, feelings that bounce around and merge with each other to produce different versions of themselves till you cannot rely on any access to the so-called original memory.
You're right. I don't know how many times I've heard Janie say something she remembers, and I don't remember it like that at all, and vice versa. And the older I get, the wider apart the memories seem to drift. It's unsettling.
No argument from me. The other day, Steve was reminding me about our first date. He insisted it was a trip to Coney Island, but I know for sure it was Staten Island. Absolutely goddamn certain.
And was it? Were you?
Do you know what he did?
I do not.
He went up to the bedroom, found a box of postcards and letters and photos that I kept from my time at college, and there was the silly photo of the two of us getting off the Wonder Wheel all giddy. But I still reckon we went to Staten Island before that. So annoying if he's right.
Of course it is.
You don't care, do you?
Not a scrap.
What kind of a friend are you? Aren't you supposed to be on my side? Through thick or thin, right or wrong?
I'm the kind that knows better than to get in the middle of you two. Ever. That was Zeitgeist, Episode 1, Season 2 of Am I Old Yet? By Floyd Kennedy. The roles of Helen and Joey were played by me, Floyd Kennedy, with Judi Lehrhaupt as Sadie. The music is Where the Old Folk Go by me, arranged by Mark Bunyan. You can find out more about Mark and Judi on the website www.am-i-old-yet.com, which has links to all the episodes, information about all the guest performers and the blog. You can also support the podcast, if you like it, by donating the price of a cup of coffee or by joining our team of patrons on patreon.com. There are still extra benefits for patrons, including character naming rights, my voice on your voicemail message, and more. And don't forget, there will be a bonus episode released for the next 5 reviews that we receive. Thanks for listening. Stay safe.